Hey, it's now August 7th, and today I'm going to kind of talk to you about a study that I found that kind of relates creatine use to high intensity interval training. And if you like what you're seeing below and want to follow along with my month-long journey with creatine, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit a like on the video and keep on watching. Alright, so I was kind of looking up how creatine can affect you, and I found this article on bodybuilding.com. And its first reason was that it could help increase high intensity interval training. Well, I was kind of curious about that and how it would affect your VO2 max and your cardiorespiratory strength and things like that. So I did some more research, and I found this article that was posted by the National Institute of Health that basically said that it does. So high intensity interval training, or HIIT training, is basically just a more time efficient way of receiving all of the physiological benefits that you can get from endurance training. It can improve your VO2 max, it can improve your oxygen intake, but it can improve that endurance, your capability of being able to last longer in sports. Now, the purpose of this study that they were doing was to try to test the effect that high intensity interval training and creatine supplementation how it would affect your VO2 max. Now, the purpose of this study was to test how high intensity interval training and creatine supplementation can affect basically your VO2 max, your endurance performance, your ventilatory threshold, and they tested it all on college-age men. So they took 43 different college-age men and did a sub-max test of their VO2 max. In addition, the participants also did a time to exhaustion test on the bikes that they were on at 110% of their maximum workload based on their graded test. This was to try to find the total work done. They then assigned each of these participants into 3 different groups. They had a creatine group, they had a control group, and they had a placebo group. The creatine group and the placebo group then went on to do 4 weeks of high intensity interval training for the next 4 weeks till post-testing. So as far as the results go, basically both groups, the placebo group and the creatine group, they experienced increases in their VO2 max over the 4-week period. The creatine group did, however, improve their ventilatory threshold by 16% versus the placebo group, which only improved it by 10%. And there are actually no changes in total work done in either group. So, in conclusion, this study basically found that the high intensity interval training does contribute to an increased VO2 max. However, the creatine group versus the placebo group basically didn't make it much of a difference. So creatine could not be considered an improver of your VO2 max. Using it, what they did was 5 days a week with 10 grams per day. Now, while the HIIT program showed efficiency in improving the VO2 max by about 9% total through all of the groups, the creatine didn't show that it had any more improvement than the placebo group. So basically what my thoughts of this study and reading about it basically tell you are creatine doesn't really have that much of an effect on your aerobic capacity. It's not going to increase your VO2 max. What is going to increase your VO2 max is putting in the effort and doing those high intensity interval training sessions. What I think what is going to really happen with the creatine is that it helps you build those type 2B muscle fibers, and that kind of is what it builds on. It builds on more of that explosiveness that you get when you're not trying to hack into that aerobic system. All right, so if you want to read this article and kind of read it more in depth than what I've mentioned today, then I put up a link down in the subscription below, and you can check it out there. But otherwise, I got to go hit my chest and triceps, and it's the same workout as last week, so you probably won't even care to see it. But we will see you tomorrow. Peace.